Hey guys, it's Matthew DiVirgilio, and today I'm going to be sharing you guys my story on what made me review video games, and in the end, what made me decide to stop them, and if they'll ever come back at some point. Throughout my time watching YouTube videos, I always noticed how every so often there was a really big controversy surrounding game reviews and stuff, because either some critic made a really stupid point, or some critics got stuff wrong. I remember last year or so, I'm pretty sure it was last year, where IGN released a Resident Evil 2 review, and they said something wasn't in the game, but it actually was in the game, so they had to reshoot their review and boost the score up by 0.2 points, I'm pretty sure, and that just kind of stuck with me, and it just made me feel how can these critics just get paid, especially, and get away with this stuff? It was just weird, and I never understood how critics can say a lot of dumb things and they can just get away with it, and especially get paid for it. I also remember, a lot of years back, IGN had a big fail with the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire reviews, and they were in this really big controversy, and their video had, to this day, I'm pretty sure their video has over 20,000 dislikes, and it outweighs the total number of likes because they made a lot of dumb points. Probably the worst point they made was, what was it? Yeah, it was, I'm pretty sure it was Alpha Sapphire having too much water, and that became a meme for a while, and I don't know if IGN was able to fully recover from that review, because people still remember that. They will never forget what happened then, and it's a pretty common point when someone argues against why IGN sucks. That review is one of the leading points to why they're not that good. Another thing I really didn't like about IGN or other game critic forums or websites, whatever you want to call them, that make YouTube videos, is they have a bunch of people doing the reviews. So honestly, I think Video Game Donkey says it best in his Game Critics video, where he says, watching IGN or GameSpot or something is like entering the slot machine of video game critics. And you never really know who you're gonna get, and you don't really know if it's gonna be a good reviewer or a bad one.
Just this year alone, IGN has featured over 37 different reviewers. When you see a video from Pro Jared, or Total Biscuit, or Angry Joe, you know exactly whose point of view it's coming from. Now pick a review from IGN, you have just entered the fucking lottery.
You just never know. You have the people who give Call of Duty Ghosts an 8.8 out of 10. You have the people who get a lot of stuff wrong during their reviews and maybe find a good game and they give it a really low score. I'm pretty sure they gave Doom 2016, a great game, a really low score, and a lot of people are pissed off by that. And that's what Donkey and I meant. Watching these reviews is entering the slot machine. You never know if you're gonna get a good reviewer or a bad reviewer, and that's one of the things I really don't like about IGN or any of those game reviewing channels or websites. I remember one day, I don't know what made me think of it, but I just thought to myself, hey, I have really strong opinions about certain video games, so what if I made a video game review channel, or if I just started reviewing games on my channel? How would that work? How would that go? Maybe I would do good. And I remember my first review was GTA 4 because I really didn't know of any relevant games I could talk about at the time that I played, or if there really any were relevant games at the time. I don't know if there were any relevant games because back in January, it was kind of a quiet year because that's when I started reviewing games. It was really quiet. There weren't really any big releases getting pushed out, and I really didn't have anything to talk about, so I just said, screw it, I'm going to talk about GTA 4 because that's a game I beat, and I have some opinions on it that not everyone might agree with. So I reviewed it, and it did okay, got 170 views, and that's mainly because I had people from TikTok check out the review, because I just said, okay guys, I made a game review, check it out, and everyone went to the video, and I don't even know if they watched the full thing or really cared, but it got some slight traffic, and hey, 170 views, you can't really, there's nothing really wrong with that. And I agree with some of the points I had, but I did stutter at times. I just could have constructed it better. I feel like my presentation wasn't that good, and I could have done better, but hey, I thought it was a good review because I haven't changed any of the thoughts I had with that game, and I still stick to what I said with that review about GTA 4. And after that, I was kind of like, you know what? I like game reviewing. I'm going to stick with this for a while. And I was really looking forward to reviewing games like Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing. And I even decided to review Doom and Animal Crossing games leading up to the release of those games. Like, I thought that was actually fun for a while until I just realized how it became more stress than enjoyment. I really didn't enjoy what I was doing. I was like, okay, no one's even watching this. Like, what's the point? I'm not having a lot of fun. And I was still doing G Fuel reviews and tier lists at the time. And those were doing so much better than my game reviews. And I was like, what's the point of the game reviews? No one watches them. And back then, I was doing amazing on TikTok. And I mainly wanted to focus on TikTok and some G Fuel reviews. And even the G Fuel reviews, like, I love doing the G Fuel reviews, but back then, it was getting a little tiring because I really just wanted to focus on TikTok all the time, and game reviews were at the back of my mind. The only game I was actually really excited to review, and I did enjoy reviewing it, was Doom Eternal, because if you watched my review, you would know that I love that game. I think it's an amazing game, and it definitely has Game of the Year potential. I love Doom Eternal, and I actually really liked that review, but when it was time to review like Animal Crossing, which I also think is an amazing game, and even Final Fantasy, because I wanted to review the Final Fantasy VII remake, and I just got tired. Like, I really didn't want to review them. I was like, what's the point? It's so much work, and no one even watches them. Like, I was putting in the work, I was showing music, I was showing gameplay, like, I was putting in a lot of work, and I was staying up until like 5 a.m. rendering, editing, and it didn't even pay off. I wasn't having fun, I was getting bored. It was making me depressed a little, because like, I was just, I don't know, just screwing around with reviews that were getting me nowhere. So I was like, you know what? I finally had enough. I'm gonna stop this. This really is just not fun. I don't like what I'm doing, and I stopped. And I just found it kind of sad how I went from really enjoying something to just overall hating it in the end because of just how boring it was to me, how I really felt like they were getting me nowhere, and that was making me depressed, and I just stopped because I just felt like I really couldn't go on much longer with reviewing games because I really didn't like it. I mean, I had a lot of fun at first. I had a lot of cool opinions on games that I wanted to talk about, but no one was watching them, and I just really didn't enjoy making them. So yeah, that was about it. I pretty much just quit. I never really made an announcement that I quit game reviews until that coming back video, because like, not even with just the game reviews, like, I was lacking on YouTube in general. I would just put out G Fuel reviews like every so often, and that was about it. So when I made that returning video, I just said, hey, I'm done with game reviews. I really don't like doing them, and I just feel like no one's watching them. And what was the point? Like, I mean, I feel like I could get viewers if I tried, like pushing it out with a lot of people, but I feel like a lot of people just don't really want to watch that right now, and it just didn't really make me feel good that like a lot of people just don't want to watch the video, cause like, how do you force someone to enjoy a video? Like, I really didn't like the sound of that, and it just didn't really sound fun to me, and that's another reason why I quit. Like, I don't want to force people to watch reviews, like, hey, you gotta watch this review, hey, let me know what you think about it. Like, well, I would do that. I mean, it's cool to get feedback, but after a while, I just felt bad because I wasn't enjoying it. I didn't want to force something on them that I didn't enjoy. Like, if it was something I enjoyed and I forced it on them, that's no problem. I wouldn't mind pushing out something that I enjoyed making, but the reviews were just something I really didn't enjoy. And, you know, the sad thing is, I had a friend come to me and say, hey, your videos were actually good. I thought they were better than what IGN was putting out, and that was kind of funny because, you know, the thing that's ironic is I was putting out good reviews, and just recently IGN fell into another scandal where they got a lot of things wrong with the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition review, where they kept mispronouncing stuff and they had to re-upload the review. And it just goes to show how nothing's changed with them. It's always the same. They just put out a dumb review, get paid. If they make a mistake, oh well, they fix it and they still get paid. But yeah, guys, that's about it. I went from having a pretty cool idea in my mind about game reviewing, then I started having a bit of fun at first, and then I just got bored in the end. Now let's talk about if they'll ever return. If I feel like it, there is a chance I might review The Last of Us 2, because that seems like a pretty cool game and I'm excited to play it. And if I feel like it, I might review it. I don't know. If I really feel like it and if I'm not stressed out with everything, I might actually review the game, but who knows? I might keep you guys updated on that. Even if I do review it and have fun with it, you're probably just going to watch IGN's review anyway. That's currently sitting at 42,000 dislikes, so yeah, that's cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this story time video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.